Rock 100.5 KATT. I am Cameron Buchholtz here with Adam from Murder by Death. What's happening, man?
Hey, happy to be back in Oklahoma City.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a crazy long amount of time. It's been...
This is RoboCop, by the way.
This is RoboCop. I can't believe how long it's been. So I've been putting it on the list the last couple tours for... We got to get back, and I'm psyched to be here. And I'm kind of glad we waited because the Tower Theater looks amazing.
It is. It's awesome, man. It's only been here like a year and a half
That's
or
what
so.
They're saying, oh, my God, he's trying to kiss you. Good boy. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like the first time I saw you guys was like at the Greensor back when you still had the video behind you and stuff, and then so many times the conservatory and various other places.
Yeah.
But
we go back and forth on doing like some video projections, but we have a lot of history here, playing at the Old Green Door and Conservatory, and around
Opolis with the giant cats on the wall once or twice.
Yeah,
and
once there, and we've played Tulsa a few times, but yeah, it's just for some reason OKC. It's been a minute, but we've always had good shows here, so I'm actually really looking forward to tonight. It's one of the shows that there's cities we play every year. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited. Like, I love going back to San Francisco and Seattle and all that stuff. But there are places where I have great memories of shows that, I think about it and say, oh, God, we got to get back. So
yeah, I mean, I think the first time, like, one of the Green Door shows was, like, you combined shows with Limbeck just because you were booked the same night and it made sense.
That's right. It was like a 5-band bill.
Yeah.
There was, like, a crazy band on that bill, too, like Super Rainbow something.
Apollo Sunshine.
Oh, that's what they were called. Yeah. Super Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
But you're out tonight with J. Roddy Walston and co-headlining, and you guys are kind of going, not back and forth.
Yeah, we kind of flip-flop. It's basically depending on kind of who wants to close the show.
Okay. So I was wondering if there was some sort of statistical analysis going on, or
yeah, we try to be smart about it. I mean, honestly, like, what you don't want like, to go to some city where like one band's worth 500 tickets, the other one's worth 200, and then everybody's upset when the first band. There's always gonna be a little bit of that, but I think it's always better for the show. I love co-bills because you both get to play a long set. Presumably, you're touring with a band that you believe in and think is good. So you want people to hear them. And then you also, it's a better show. I mean, sometimes you get to play a better room because it's a more ambitious play. Mm-hmm. And like, I would rather play for people, if there's an opportunity to get more people in the room, I love it. That's our bread and butter. That's why this band has existed for 19 years, is we are just willing to get in front of people.
Mm-hmm. And now, obviously, this tour is just getting started, so you probably don't know quite yet on this run. But in general, in the co-headline, do you have a preference of going last or in the middle?
The lazy side of me likes to open, be the middle band, because basically it's a shorter set, and you just hit it and quit it. And then I love just like being able to be done, load out right after we play, have a drink, and just kind of like last night I shot 3 games of pool while J. Roddy Walston was playing and hung out with my dog. It was tight.
There you go.
I
Yeah.
have to talk to fans. It's a little easier when you're done with your set. You can meet some people. It's not as stressful, but there's nothing like playing a show to people who are really amped to see you. So you can't discount the value of getting to play a little more. Some deep cuts. Like tonight we'll play longer than we did last night in Memphis, and we'll probably pull out some more obscure stuff. For the people who come out, specifically to see us. So
nice. And now, at this point, it's got to be pretty tough to decide on a set list. Like it's with every record, it gets a lot harder. Like,
yeah, we got 8 albums. We basically create a plan. There's kind of like a year plan and then a tour plan of what is the material going to be that we will draw from. And you just have to make rules. You basically just say like, we're not doing this song this year. Like, we'll bring it back. So I have this like master list of all.
What's a song that you are not doing this year?
Like that we did last year. Good question. We haven't done Hard World yet, which is from Bitter Drink, Bitter Moon. I love that song, but we had been playing it a lot, and we're like, okay, let's just chill out on that one so we can bring something in, because we have a new album that has a bunch of songs that obviously are getting added in. We do like about 5, maybe 6 a night from that, and then we do like probably 16, 17 from the catalog. And we try to represent all the albums in order to. We don't know when we picked up the fans, or you never know what their favorite album is, because we don't have that one iconic record that that's the only one that people care about, which I'm very grateful for. So we can kind of be mix and match, and we can kind of say, well, what are people writing us about? What do they want to hear, and also make some educated guesses. There's songs like Brother from 2006 that we play every single night. I don't recall playing a show where we didn't play that song since we wrote it, because it's a hit. It's we don't have radio hits, but we have fan hits, and that one, people want to hear it every night. Every night it gets called for, and it's yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
It's a popular song.
Right. It's Skinner's gonna play Freebird. It's just
a little bit like that. Yeah. Because it's you got to be a crowd pleaser in addition to doing your own thing. We've made a career of doing our own thing, which is great because nobody tells us how to do our job. But also we're entertainers. If that's the song that people want to hear every night, okay, it's fine. It's I remember somebody talking about Rolling Stones and Start Me Up, and being I can't believe that they play that every song for 50 years. It's they get paid to do it. People love it. What's the problem? Yeah. Really, it's a rewarding thing.
And the way you guys live shows work, they're very much not quite a party, but kind of. And Brother falls right into that sort of barn burner kind of atmosphere.
Well, yeah, and so our two dynamics, for people who don't know who we are, we basically have really depressing, sad songs that have sort of more a beautiful edge, and then we have very raucous, sort of energetic songs, and we try to combine those two elements. Those are the main ones, and sort of weave an arc into our sets, so that there's this bring you up, and then bring you way down, and then sneak it back up, and so we try to do real, just conscious sets that kind of play with the emotional content or emotional level of the show, so that we can just make you feel like you went through something at a concert.
Get some dynamics going on.
Yeah, and it's also just more fun to write with more variety like that. I mean, we have some songs that are a little lighter, songs that we'll do strategically inserted in the set that are a little more fun. But it's sometimes we'll do a set that's just depressing, but you got to know that it's the right crowd.
Right. And now with The Other Shore, it's the first record with Tyler on bass. Yeah. And so, you and Sarah have been kind of the core of the band from the start, various lineup changes.
Yeah, Dagan's been 12 years now in the band, our drummer. But Sarah and I, we probably played 650 shows before Dagan joined. So, there was a whole era.
Right.
Yeah.
And I imagine when Matt left, that was also a big, change and a big adjustment.
It wasn't that bad. It was, honestly, Tyler just stepped up. Matt basically, we don't really talk about why he's not in the band, just because I don't want to air his personal laundry.
Sure.
But basically, when that happened, we had a show booked, a Riot Fest in Denver, and we were playing with it went us, and then there's Gogol Bordello was on, and then the Misfits. It's a big show. It's a good gig, and and Matt couldn't be there, and basically, so we needed to find somebody, and Tyler was a friend of our sound guy, and he said, I know just the guy. He's an incredible bass player. He's a super nice guy. He's gonna fit right in. And so we basically hired him to do the one show with the understanding that if it goes well, we'll figure things out and we'll deal with it. And he just showed up ready to go and just crushed it. And first practice, we did one rehearsal with him before the gig. That's all we had time for. And we were oh, if that had been a show, your first rehearsal, we would have been happy, And so then the other process was, well, I've been writing these songs and presenting them to the band to work on. How will he be at writing? He was exceptional at writing. So it was oh, this he's just instantly got great ideas. So writing this record was honestly one of the most fun musical experiences I think we've had. I built a little soundproof rehearsal space attached on my house, and it's tiny, but it's welcoming. Mm-hmm. And we just got in there and we just worked really hard. I presented all the songs of the band, and they just, you know, they jumped at them. Like they were really excited about the material, and we just had a ball. Honestly, I haven't had that much fun writing a record in a long time.
Nice. And how does that generally work with you guys living in different parts of the country? Yeah. Is it a lot of emailing back and forth, or you do like set aside times like, okay, we're going to be here for this amount of time? And
well, so yeah, I mean, touring, writing, recording, rehearsing, all that stuff is just very planned. I mean, at this point, you know, we all have lives outside of the band too. I mean, David has a little girl. We all have dogs. Like
you have a restaurant, which
yeah,
is
Sarah and I have a restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky, where we live. But like we live in Louisville. David lives in Atlanta, Georgia. Tyler lives in Denver, and Dagan lives in Portland, Oregon. And our crew are in St. Louis and LA. So you just have to plan it. You just say, here's the dates. Show up this day. I'll see you there. Book your flight. There's a lot of just everybody sorts out their own shit, and it's great because it's one of the great parts about being a band with a bunch of adults.
Right.
Because when we were in our early 20s, you know, in our first touring years, it was very. I had to like book everybody's flights and stuff, and it was just you hope everybody's gonna show up because you don't know if everybody's a flake or whatever. But now it's very manageable, so we just plan it. We show up, and we show up to work.
Nice. Well, before I let you go, I know we brought up the restaurant, and being that you're in Louisville, I imagine your whiskey selection has got to be pretty top notch.
It is good. Though it's actually not our focus because Louisville, Kentucky has it's the bourbon industry. Right. So, you know, we have maybe like 20 bottles. My favorite probably being, I really like Willet, which is probably my favorite Kentucky bourbon. But there are places that's all they do, and they have like 200 kinds of bourbon. And that's just, we're an Italian restaurant. We do Neapolitan pizza and handmade pasta. So we have more of like a focus on Amaro. But we do a lot of like Amaro and bourbon cocktails. So we kind of try to put the Italian spin on it to make it be a little more, you know, like our thing. Mm-hmm. But you know, if you want to have like a great bottle or even just a great pour, you know, of just on the rocks or something, yeah, we got it. And we've got lots of cocktails, and we push a lot of Italian wines. It's fun. I mean, and of course we have local beers. We bring in really good stuff. We just try to think what goes really well with pizza. Mm-hmm. And the answer is Lambrusco. If you haven't had it, it's a sparkling red wine. It's basically designed to go with pizza. And it's like that's been my favorite thing that we've like kind of introduced to a lot of people that they never had heard of in our town at least. And it's been fun. You know, it's fun going in, and we're actually the last day of this tour is in Louisville, Kentucky, and we're going to bring all the bands and feed them.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice. I imagine you have to really trust your restaurant manager to be out on tour for this long and let it go.
It's been a long time coming, getting there. But yeah, we have a great front house manager, and Sarah's brother Max is the chef, so that helps having him on site all the time.
Gotcha. So. Well, awesome. Well, thanks so much for the time, man, and congratulations on the other shore. And I'm stoked for the show tonight.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Thanks.